This dude didn't get a meet and greet. He's making it everyone's problem. That's what I thought at first. And then I was
You come to Arrowhead, I get to meet you. That's the perk of playing for the Chiefs.
You realize he didn't even reach out to our management.
If you thought you knew everything about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, trust us, you're about to be proven wrong. The world's biggest pop star and a Super Bowl champ are out here turning the NFL upside down and dropping bombshells on podcasts that you cannot even begin to predict. And the friendship bracelet fiasco started it all. The story begins with Travis Kelce's bold move at a Taylor Swift concert in July 2023. The Kansas City Chiefs star showed up at the Eras Tour armed with a special friendship bracelet, hoping to hand it to Taylor.
Taylor Swift at one of her concerts.
So he goes to the concert. He wears a bracelet. You know, all those, you swap all the bracelets at Taylor Swift's concerts?
Yes.
This one had his phone number on the bracelet.
But the plot twist was that Travis failed to meet Taylor that night. He later admitted on his podcast that he was butthurt over not even getting to say hi. Taylor herself joked that Travis threw a tantrum, a man tantrum, when he didn't get his meet and greet, teasing, "This dude didn't get a meet and greet and he's making it everyone's problem." Ouch, but also hilarious. Turns out, Travis's public "I wanna date you" moment on New Heights, the podcast he hosts with his brother Jason, was the Hail Mary that actually scored. Taylor later called his grand gesture wild and like something out of an 80s John Hughes movie, picturing him standing outside with a boombox declaring his love. It was crazy and romantic, and believe it or not, it worked. Taylor admitted this over-the-top approach intrigued her. It felt like the kind of magical moment she'd dreamed about since her teen years. If Travis wasn't actually crazy, this was the fairy tale she'd been waiting for. She found his confidence endearing. Here was a bold guy willing to say in front of the world that he wanted a date. Then came September 24th, 2023. The Chiefs were playing at Arrowhead, and Taylor strolled into Travis's VIP suite. The pop icon showed up next to Mama Donna Kelce, cheering her heart out and sending the sports world into a collective meltdown. Taylor cheered wildly when Travis scored a touchdown, truly living her best football girlfriend life. After the game, Travis rented out an entire restaurant in Kansas City for a private party with Taylor, his family, and teammates. He literally closed down the place so they could celebrate in peace. They showed up together acting cute and normal, just hanging out and chatting, according to insiders. Imagine meeting the parents in a noisy stadium suite with 76,000 fans going nuts. No pressure, right? But Taylor aced it. She was super chill with everyone and fit right in. Meanwhile, the NFL practically lost its mind over this new duo. One broadcast cut to Taylor in the suite 17 times in one game, leading even Travis and Jason to laugh that the league was overdoing it with the Swift coverage. Jason joked that the NFL was acting starstruck, showing celebs in the crowd way more than even NBA games do. Of course, having the world's biggest pop star at your game is a ratings touchdown. That Chiefs-Jets game drew about 27 million viewers, a massive spike for the NFL. Travis's jersey sales even jumped 400% after Taylor's appearance. Even Travis was amused, joking that maybe a few million tuned in just for Taylor and her celebrity entourage. But then came the secret handshakes and SNL cameos. As the Taylor-Travis show rolled on, we got treated to some prime pop culture crossover moments. During an October 22nd game, Taylor joined Brittany Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes' wife, in the suite, and the two debuted a now infamous secret handshake to celebrate a Chiefs touchdown. Imagine Taylor and Brittany slapping palms, flipping their hands, then finishing with a hip bump and a jumping chest bump. It was equal parts adorable and surreal. The clip went viral instantly because two superstar NFL wives celebrating like college BFFs was pure internet gold. Taylor was clearly embracing her inner Chiefs fangirl. She even rocked a custom beaded bracelet with Travis's number 87 on it at that game, a not-so-subtle shout-out to her man on the field. When she wasn't busy chest-bumping Brittany, she was dancing with Patrick Mahomes' baby on her hip in the suite. And as if that weren't enough, Taylor and Travis even popped up for surprise cameos on Saturday Night Live in October 2023. They each made brief appearances, Taylor to introduce the musical guest, and Travis in a comment comedy sketch, and then hit the SNL after-party hand in hand. They were spotted around NYC all weekend, grabbing dinner, hitting a cocktail party with Sophie Turner, Blake Lively, and Hugh Jackman in tow, basically looking like the coolest double date ever. By this point, the world was officially obsessed with Tavies. And as they say, love knows no distance. Even global tour schedules couldn't slow these two down. In late 2023, during Taylor's Eras tour stop in Argentina, Travis flew to Buenos Aires during the Chiefs' bye week just to see her show. Taylor one-upped every romance movie. On stage in front of thousands, she changed a lyric to "Karma is the guy on the Chiefs coming straight home to me," directly referencing Travis. Travis, watching from the VIP tent with her dad, was caught on camera grinning in disbelief. And at the end of the night, Taylor sprinted off the stage and leapt into Travis's arms for a big kiss. The stadium erupted as expected. A month later, during her London show at Wembley, Taylor shocked fans again by bringing Travis on stage, tuxedo and all, for a fun cameo in her performance. The 80,000-plus crowd lost it, and Travis later said he'd never forget being up there with her. The moral of the story is that this romance has no chill and no borders. And then came the tell-all episode on New Heights. This was the moment Taylor and Travis spilled everything. It was Taylor's first ever podcast appearance, and she did it on her boyfriend's show. For over 2 hours, they led us into their world. They reminisced about that fateful initial spark in 2023 and all the crazy moments since. The best part was that they didn't shy away from any topic. Taylor confirmed she had no clue Travis tried to meet her that day at the Eras tour until after the fact. She joked, "Maybe call next time instead of relying on a friendship bracelet, Travis." Travis admitted there were some wacko rumors early on that had him worried, and said that the last thing he wanted to do was screw this up. But Taylor, a 20-year veteran of fame, coached him through it. She's basically seen it all and laughed, "It's pretty hard to hurt my feelings at this point." Instead of stressing, they learned to find humor in the hoopla. Taylor even said sometimes her name is in wild headlines that have nothing to do with her, so she just shrugs it off.
You know, seeing that, but the pressure on sports is just such a different type that I have such a respect for.
Of course, the episode had plenty of swoony moments too. At one point, Travis turned to Taylor and told her earnestly that she makes him so much better, which had her blushing and squeezing his hand. He even credited the Eras tour for bringing them together, saying if he hadn't been so mesmerized by her show, he might not have worked up the courage to publicly shoot his shot. Taylor's eyes practically sparkled hearing him say that. She agreed that from the first dinner after that Chiefs game, being with him felt surprisingly easy. "It knocked my socks off," Travis chimed in. And just when you think this story can't get any more extra, Taylor went and dropped a massive bombshell on the podcast. She announced her 12th studio album, The Life of a Showgirl, right then and there. Only Taylor Swift would use her boyfriend's sports podcast to reveal her new album to the world, and it was glorious. Travis and Jason's jaws hit the floor before they erupted into proud cheers. You could tell Travis was bursting with pride. He was literally her biggest fanboy at that moment. From friendship bracelet fiascos and viral chest bumps to surprise cameos and on-air confessions, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce have delivered the wildest, most unpredictable crossover of pop culture and sports in recent memory. Who could have guessed that a lovesick NFL tight end and a global pop icon would make such an electric duo? As Travis himself might say, this crazy ride of a romance is only getting started.